I'm going to continue with talking about understanding glucose numbers. If you have 2 lows that happen in a week, you want to contact your provider. So asking your doctor, your provider about a medication change. You want to have your information ready, like your blood sugar numbers, when lows happened, what did you do to treat the lows, how much food and activity did you have on that day, thinking about what may have impacted you to have that low blood sugar. So let's do a practice session, and he's looking at his numbers. He has had some low blood sugars. These are all before meal numbers. So for breakfast here on Tuesday, he is in Target, and right before lunch, he is having a low blood sugar. At dinner time, he was too high, and at bedtime, he was in Target. He's in Target before breakfast, and he's in Target before lunch, but right before dinner, he has another low blood sugar, and at bedtime, he's within Target. And Thursday morning, he's in Target. At lunch, right before lunchtime, he has another low. Before dinner, he is in Target. And at bedtime, he is in Target. Now, these are his medications. So let's talk about some possible things that could be happening with this person's blood sugars. So let's talk about food. Food is one of those factors that can affect the glucose. Question I would be asking Joe would be, does he have the usual amount of food at each meal? Like, for instance, at breakfast, does he usually eat the same foods or the same amount? Maybe he had less food at breakfast, or maybe he even skipped breakfast. And that could have influenced his lunch number. Activity. So the other thing that can influence glucose levels is activity. Having more activity can make the glucose go down. And I don't have a record of anything here, but the question would be, did Joe have extra physical activity on Tuesday morning and on Thursday morning, and maybe even after lunch on Wednesday? It is a good idea to check the blood glucose more often when you have physical activity. So you would do that at the beginning of the activity and at the end. And if you're not used to doing that activity and you are not sure of the effect of that activity on your glucose levels, you may want to check every hour to see if you continue to have differences in the way the activity has influenced your blood sugars. Activity can influence your blood sugars for up to 24 hours. There may be a need to eat a snack before physical activity, or maybe not to take as much of a oral medicine or insulin before you have activity. Thinking also about his medicines that Joe takes. He is on glyburide and metformin. The glyburide is a medicine that works directly on the pancreas and makes the pancreas secrete more insulin. He would want to call the provider's office and let them know what his numbers have been. He would want to give them information, what food he is eating, how much, when he eats, what kind of activities having, how much and when. And that will help the physician know, is it time to lower the medication dose? Or maybe Joe needs to be more regular with his meal times and his food amount. What action steps should you take based on this information? If you think that you do need a session with a diabetes educator, that person would need more information, so they would need your glucose numbers, your food amount and type, and when you eat, activity levels, and how long you have your sessions, what medications you are on. That will help you and your educator play detective and decipher those glucose numbers so that you can manage those better. As always, I wish you best health.